Hi there, my beautiful birdies. Welcome back to the nest, or welcome if you're new here. So today we have a really special reading because we're collabing with Aura Divine Tarot. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm really excited. She's awesome. I really love her readings. They always resonate so much, and her energy, it's like top notch. So today we have some love readings for you. Over here, we're going to look at your person's feelings and what are they thinking. And over on Aura Divine Tarot, we're going to look into, or you're going to look with her into your person's intentions and next actions, okay? So with that being said, we are also going to pull some messages and some advice for you in the end. But yeah, so we have 4 beautiful pals with us, as always. And today, you can choose by the crystals. You can also choose by the deck. This is going to be the deck that we are going to use in your reading to check on your person's feelings and thoughts. And I'm actually going to show you the 2 of Cups of each deck so you can have a little bit more information and, you know, have more senses to tap into. But yeah, so for pile number 1, we have some red coral. And this is the 2 of Cups, the Harmony Tarot. For pile number 2, we have some Unakite. And we have the Zodiac Tarot. This is the 2 of Cups. For my pals number 3s, we have some Aquamarine and our original Rider-Waite Tarot. This is the 2 of Cups. And last but not at all least, and especially not at all least because it was really interesting, we have Amethyst with our, come here, with our Starseeker Tarot. And this over here is our 2 of Cups. So, as always, today you can also choose by the deck if you have like a favorite deck, if you already know the decks and how they play out. You can definitely choose by the deck, you can choose by the crystals, you can also choose by the timestamps. Maybe there is a significant number or synchronicity for you over there. Those are going to be down below. And that is it. I think that is it. So, with that being said, whenever you're ready, I will see you out there. Hi there, pal number 1. Welcome to your reading. So if you chose the Red Coral and the Harmony Tarot, you're definitely in the right place. And we're going to use your deck in just a little bit. But before we get into the reading itself, in case you skipped the intro, today we actually have a collab with Aura Divine Tarot. We are going to look here at your person's thoughts and feelings. And over on Aura Divine Tarot, you're going to look into your person's intentions and next actions, okay? So definitely check it out. Whenever you're ready, whenever you want to. And I haven't checked the reading yet, but I'm sure it will be great, as it always is. But yeah, so let's get into your reading. We are going to start here with a little check-in to see, you know, if you were really on the right place, if this pal is really yours. And so we're going to take a look at, you know, who this person is, what is the status of the connection, what is going on between the 2 of you. And that should give you a confirmation that, yeah, this is my pal, okay? So, and always with these readings, just take whatever resonates, you know, and if a message actually resonates the other way around, like the roles are reversed, definitely take that. But we have intuition, telepathy, dreams, inner knowing. We have express your love, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And we have friendship. And then for the tarot, let's actually perhaps do it this way. For the tarot, we have Page of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, the Full Moon, and Temperance. Interesting. To be honest, okay. I'm getting a couple of things. For some of you, you could actually already be in a relationship with this person, or things are moving really closely to that point. Because there is this feeling of like, I feel like the relationship got to the end of a cycle. Not that it ended, because I do feel like you could still be in communication. And, you know, I feel like you're still connected in some way, because I feel like there is still, you know, equal give and take. That's why I feel like for some of you, you're still, or you're already in a committed relationship with this person. For others of you, maybe this express your love, it's kind of the next step that wants to happen, but you're still friends. For some of you, maybe this has already happened, but, you know, things didn't really take off in that way, or you were just trying to take things slowly, you know, and you're in the friend level. And maybe that is the kind of the cycle that is coming to an end. It is the friendship, and now you're being able to level up to a new place. But I do feel like you're still in communication, especially with the Page of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. I actually feel like you two are very close to each other, and I do feel like you have really strong feelings for each other as well. We have strong earthy energy here towards Virgo, Capricorn, and Sag, if those signs mean anything to you. But I definitely feel like there is this feeling of something is about to be revealed, or again, it has already been revealed. I feel like, you know, the energies are a little bit mixed, because I feel like this is the problem here in a way with this intuition. I feel like you're so connected spiritually that even if you haven't talked yet about feelings, I feel like in the 5D you have already talked about feelings. So in your dreams, you are constantly seeing each other and you talk there. If you meditate, for example, maybe you astral travel to this person, or this person astral travels to you, and you're always in constant communication. And so I feel like in the 5D, because you're so freaking aligned with each other, you have already talked about feelings and you're already in union. But for some of you, this is actually in the 3D, you know, in our physical world, and you're already together. But I definitely feel like there is something here about something needs to get into balance, and I feel like you're still kind of trying to figure that out and how you bring that balance into the relationship. But I definitely feel like you, on your side, I would say, you know, since this is your confirmation that this is your pal, I would say that from your side, you definitely see things moving forward in a very, very beautiful way, in a very nice direction. And you may even, you know, see this person has someone you would eventually get married to, have a family with, something around those lines. I feel like you also feel really good with each other. I feel like your inner child feel really respected and safe, you know, and I feel like you're able to be vulnerable with one another. And I feel like you bring a lot of healing to each other. Especially if you were already intimate with this person. I don't necessarily see that, but if you were already intimate with this person, I feel like that sexual connection is very, very healing and very powerful and very spiritual, because you're definitely like, this is beyond the physical world, you know. This relationship is definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if you have some sort of past life energy to this, because this relationship is really intense spiritually, and you're definitely in line with each other. But yeah, so if this kind of sounds like your situation, friends turning into lovers, that type of trope, or, you know, maybe that has already happened. Again, for some of you, you're already in a relationship. For others of you, I feel like you are trying to take it slow, but this is definitely starting as a friendship. And for others of you, the communication has already happened in your dreams, but it still kind of needs to happen in the 3D. But yeah, so if that sounds like you, kind of, let's look into your person's thoughts and feelings. So we're gonna pull the tarot here first, and then we'll grab a few more oracle cards to give us a little more information. So how is pile number one's person thinking, or what is pile number one's person thinking right now about this connection in pile number one? So we have the Page of Cups, we have the Divine, the Seven of Cups, we also have the Four of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. We have Taurus energy coming through, by the way. And how are they feeling? How is pile number one's person feeling right now about this connection and about pile number one? We have the Two of Wands. See here, the Knight of Cups, the Six of Wands. This is looking actually pretty good. Wow. Okay, can we get a couple more? We have the Eight of Swords. I had to talk. I always have to talk, don't I? Can we get one more for how pile number one's person is feeling right now? Oh my god. I was so happy for you. This is amazing. This really is amazing. So, for how your person is thinking, or what your person is thinking right now, to be honest, they're in love. Like, you can see that in your thoughts. You can see that in their feelings. They're totally, totally in love with you. They have so many positive feelings and thoughts for you. I feel like they do admire you a lot with the Nine of Pentacles. And I feel like they see you as someone very independent and very strong. And yeah, there's definitely something about like your strength and determination, something around those lines. And I definitely feel like this person just sees so much potential and so much growth and positive things in you. It's like they're just really in awe of you. And I also feel like at the same time, it's like you're that strong, independent person, but you're also really kind and generous. And I feel like they just, they love all the sides of you. And I feel like you may also not be afraid of being vulnerable. And that's something that they also really admire, because maybe that's something that they struggle with and something that it doesn't come so easily for them. And so I feel like it is really complicated for them to open up in that level. But with you, I feel like it also always feels easy, or easier than with other people, especially with that inner child thing. I feel like they feel really safe around you. And I feel like you bring a lot of stability and structure into their life. And I feel like that's something that they really, really appreciate in you. By the way, just to get the zodiac signs out of the way for it to be a little extra confirmation, we have Taurus, we have Scorpio, and we have Gemini, okay? So take that as extra confirmation if it resonates, but it doesn't have to be. But I definitely feel like this person kind of wants to communicate their feelings to you, and I feel like I'm really curious to see what would show up for you in Aura Divine Tarot reading, because it does appear that they are thinking really strongly on making a move towards you, on acknowledging and expressing their feelings towards you, if that hasn't happened yet. If it has already happened, then this person's just like, oh, I did it, or yeah, we had this conversation, yay. Because I really feel like they want to take things to the next level with the divine. And it's almost like there is some level of, before, I feel like they weren't really feeling ready for it, but now there's just this feeling of like, oh no, I have to, it's now is the time. I feel supported, I feel confident, I feel like this is it, and I really feel like they really want to move towards you, and they really want to make that happen. However, I feel like it's not that it's not coming from a place of love, but I feel like it is coming from a place of, if I don't do this now, I'm going to regret it, and I'm going to lose my shot with pile number one. Because I really feel like there is this feeling of like, you're so independent, so beautiful, and everything that anyone could ever want. So if I don't move forward, and if I don't make something happen right now, then I'm going to lose my shot, and I'm never going to have pile one in my life. So I feel like they're also a bit worried around like you having other opportunities and you having other people around you. And I feel like that kind of freaks them out a little bit and scares them a lot. Because I definitely feel like they're just considering that. Interesting. There's also something about like, I might lose my independence, but maybe it's a risk worth taking, because if I don't step up and if I don't do something about it, then I'm just going to lose, the one person that I would risk losing my independence for, So they could have been with a codependent partner or a very controlling partner in the past. And I feel like they're kind of afraid of repeating that again, of that situation happening again. And I feel like they don't want that, but at the same time, I feel like they see something different with you, because they look at you and it's like, man, you're so perfect. You're everything I could ever ask for. So why am I still holding on and holding back my feelings when I know that this is going to lead to a very solid, beautiful relationship? I feel like they feel really, and they think, that this is really going in a very nice direction, and they feel really certain about this. So that's really, really beautiful to see. I also feel like if something has already happened where not necessarily, this person pushed you away or something, but I feel like a part of them could already feel like they've lost their shot. It's like, no, I took too long, or, I didn't admit my feelings straight away. So now pile number one is totally moving on. I feel like sometimes they also, they're also a bit more negative, because they definitely feel like they could have missed their shot already. But I feel like just the thought of that kind of ignites them and pushes them into, okay, no, wait, but maybe I can still make this happen. So it's time to move, So yeah, but let's see what else we have here. We have protection, conserve what you have, save a little. We also have here fertility, new beginnings, children, possibilities, and we have deception. Yeah, so I do feel like there is this, first of all, I feel like this deception is them, and it's them like holding back and not really revealing their feelings. But I also feel like this is talking about that codependency or just controlling energy. I feel like whenever their brain jumps forward and all of those fears and thoughts come in, I feel like they go back into, oh no, but this is, pile number one it's just going to be the same person that I used to deal with in the past, and they're just revealing this really kind and sweet and pure energy right now, but they're going to flip and they're going to show me their true colors sooner or later. But I feel like I never do, you know? And I feel like it just proves to this person that, hey, pal number one is not the same as the person or people you were dealing with in the past. So I kind of feel like in their thoughts, they go a little bit back and forth between, I definitely want this new beginning, I'm definitely going for it, and there's this strong possibility for an amazing relationship, and, oh no, wait, but this is not good, no, this is just, pal number one is manipulating me, and all that. So yeah, their thoughts are a little bit back and forth, but I also feel like with this protection, it is giving me a big thing of like, don't take pal one for granted. I feel like that is something that, first of all, they're realizing, and second of all, that they keep reminding themselves, because I feel like it's not necessarily that they have already taken you for granted. For some, with that lost opportunity may have happened, but I feel like they really don't want to risk even taking you for granted and losing you completely, even as a friend, you know? It's like, I feel like they really, really appreciate all the support and all the, I'm hearing gifts, maybe literal gifts, or just, you know, the gift that you are as a friend. They don't want to take any of that for granted. And I'm also hearing they take the memories between the two very fondly and with a lot of respect and a lot of care. So I definitely feel like they have just such a huge respect and admiration for you. It's really beautiful to see. But let's get into their feelings. Because, well, first of all, let's actually start with the lovers. Let's start with the end. Because the lovers were just like, roo, going to the ground, and it's like, this is how I feel, you know? And then bottom of the deck, we have 10 of Cups. So this is the happily ever after, and this person is choosing you. It's like, I don't even, what I'm hearing is that I didn't even have a choice. My heart just knew straight away that it was you, and it's like I couldn't really do anything about it. It just, feelings showed up, and that I had to deal with it. And I really feel like more and more as they get to know you and as they invest more in this connection, they just feel so proud and grateful and happy to be with you. And they just, man, it's like their heart, I feel my heart like expanding. It's just, their heart is just so full with love. And I really feel like they feel really, I keep hearing they feel proud for being with you, or for, you know, having you as a friend. There is a strong sense of pride when it comes to you and to this connection. And I also get this feeling that they feel like they are one with you. You know, they feel like what they feel is what you feel, what they think is what you think. It's like you're really connected and you really understand each other. And maybe before, or even with other relationships, other friends or something, is like sometimes maybe people don't really understand this person, or they feel like there is something missing. And with you, it's like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for. This is exactly what I want. This is exactly what, you know, I was desiring all along. And so I really feel like they have a lot of love for you. I'm also hearing a lot of passion, but I feel like right now their feelings are definitely like the biggest thing. Because I almost feel like, you know, with this thing of like them holding back, I feel like they held back their feelings for so long that it's like it just kept expanding, and it's just started boiling, and now it's going to explode, you know? And so, yeah, I really wouldn't be surprised if their next actions would be to tell you how they feel and level things up into the next level, if that hasn't happened yet. But I definitely get these feelings like they're just so in love with you. And I feel like sometimes, you know, it's a little bit like their thoughts with this Eight of Swords. I feel like sometimes they go back into this deception, and I feel like they try to deny their feelings, and I feel like they try to push them down. And it's like, no, you're this is not right. Like you're not thinking clearly, right? When in fact it's all about feelings, it's not about thoughts. And I feel like they go back into, no, but maybe this is not safe. Maybe this is not really honest. Maybe this is not really the thing that I want. Maybe you know, I feel like they start overthinking and freaking out a little bit, to be honest, because I feel like they see such a big potential with you and such a big long-term future that I feel like it freaks them out that they are able to see that and that they want that. Because I feel like, not necessarily that they had commitment issues, but I just feel like they may have never seen such a big potential in future with someone. Maybe they never really felt this way like they feel with you. You know, I feel like there's just so much newness and so much intensity to the connection between the two that this person is kind of, you know, they go crazy with it. But I also feel like they feel hugely supported. And there's also something about like you make them feel confident and you make them feel really sexy and powerful. And it's like, yeah, I'm the man, you know, I'm the woman, I'm the boss. And I really feel like you bring a lot of fun as well, and you bring a lot of lightness to their life. And I'm almost getting this thing of like, not necessarily that there's this feeling of like you're the good part of my day, you know, and also a feeling of I do this for you, you know. Whenever they go to work, it's like, I'm doing this for us. I'm doing this for this connection, because I feel like they want to provide to you and they want to give you more. And there is this feeling of like you're their muse almost, you know, you're their inspiration. And I really feel like you empower them a lot. And I really feel like it's that thing with the Two of Wands and the Knight of Cups. They're really, really, really feeling like it's time. The time has come for us to move forward. The time has come for us to be official, for us to move things along, for something to happen here. And I really feel like, you know, Knight of Cups, that is their very, wearing their heart on their sleeve. So I really feel like they just want to let all the feelings out and let you know on how they feel. So let's pull here some more cards. We have Realization. The answer is here. Take heed. Yeah, 100% with the Heliconia. We also have Past Life. Yeah, didn't I talk about Past Life? Magnetic Deja Vu, Familiarity. And we have Stay Optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So I really feel like sometimes they overthink, but I feel like they keep going back into, there's this feeling of like, I cannot help but daydream. You know, I cannot help but fantasize about you, but think about you. I feel like their whole heart is just with you, and they cannot help it. They cannot control it. It's like, you're the thing. You're the person. You're it. You're everything. And I feel like, especially with this realization, I feel like because they have been holding on to their feelings so much, this whole thing just comes as, oh my God, I was so dumb. Like, how did I not see this before, you know? And why was I in this friendship for so long when we could have been official for so long already, you know? And I really feel like this person really wants to move things forward with you, and they feel really, really optimistic about this relationship. They have such a beautiful view of you, of the connection, of everything that is going on between the two. Like, this person is in love, essentially. This person is freaking in love with you. There is no one else, if that is something that you worry about. There is absolutely no one else in their life, in their thoughts, in their feelings, absolutely nothing, okay? I do feel like there is a bit of someone else in the sense of the past. I feel like that is something that holds them back. But emotionally, there is no one that they're investing their feelings into besides you in this connection, okay? So for some of you, maybe that is something that you needed to hear, has reassurance. But I definitely feel like, man, this person is like, I need to make a move now. I need to make a move now. It's like, it's all they thinking about, and all they're feeling. It's like, this is it. This is it. I need to go. But let's pull some messages from them, and hopefully we'll get a bit more into how they're feeling and thinking. But sometimes I think this is too good to be true. It's that thing of like the deceptions, like you're just going to show your true colors sooner or later. I want to give you everything. Oh my God. I can't take my eyes off you. I really feel like this person is really, really passionate about you. So if you want to check out my 18 plus ratings, definitely do. Totally recommend. Not biased at all, but definitely check them out, because I do feel like this person is super, super attracted. I had to have my feelings. So that's definitely something that we have already discussed, that I really feel like this person was trying to protect themselves and trying not to, I don't know, I feel like there's this feeling of, I needed to be grounded, and I needed to be sure that you're it, or that, you know, you're solid and you're just lying to me, and that you're not just going to walk away and, I don't know, like, leave me and disappoint me and hurt me, you know? And I feel like this person was really trying to protect themselves, because I don't know what happened here in the past, but apparently it was really tough. And I feel like they don't want to repeat that, obviously. And with this past life, I really feel like there's this strong feeling of, it's that thing of like you understanding each other more than anything, and almost like I've known you since ever, you know? There's also this thing of like, there was before you and after you. And I really feel like this person now looks back into how their life used to be before they were really, you know, they were your friend and they were talking to you. And I feel like that, you know, they don't want to go back there, because I feel like it was just so not okay. You know, it's this thing. I feel like this person really truly appreciates you, and they just see you as this huge blessing. They may even see you as like an angel or something, because I feel like they're just so caught up on your energy and like, I even feel like sometimes they zone out. It's like they're at work and they're just like there standing still looking into the vacuum and it's just like they're thinking about you and daydreaming and just like you know, I feel like this person is just so in love. Goddamn. I've tried to move on. Whoopsie. I've tried to move on so many times, but I always come back to you. So yeah, I feel like this, because they were kind of hiding their feelings, and yeah, I was lying to myself about how I feel. I feel like they did try to go on dates and to meet new people and to, you know, try and look at other people and try to see the same future that they see with you. And it just wouldn't work because it's just not it. They're just not, other people are just not the person that they want. You are the person that they want, you know? So yeah, let's see here. Is there anything else? All right. So we have here, give me a few days. Ooh. So it probably would give you enough time to go check out Aura Divine Tarot. Pick a card to see what they're going to do. But we have, I feel you moving on. Oh, get your ass over here. I'm waiting. We also have, give me a few years. Wow, that is very interesting. You're the most beautiful person I've ever seen. We also have, I love the way you look at me. Our memories play over and over in my head. I can't erase them. And I can see you with anyone else. So yeah, this person, I really feel like they're ready to step up. And I feel like there's almost this thing of like, give me a few years. For some of you, I'm actually picking up on like, maybe this was something that they've told you, but I would almost say that this is about wedding and marriage. It's like, I don't think that I feel like they see a family and they see a really long-term commitment with you, but maybe marriage is something different, or even, you know, children or something like that. It's like the big outcome and big long-term commitment. I feel like that is like, all right, I see that, but let's not rush it. You know, let's not, we need time for that. We have our time. So I feel like there could still be some blocks around that, let's say, but I definitely feel like they're getting ready to make some sort of move here in a few days, possibly. But I do feel like this gave me a few years. It's not about like them expressing their feelings whatsoever. I feel like it's in a more long run thing. And I also feel like this gave me a few years. It's almost like, give this relationship a few years, you know, allow us to be in a committed relationship for a few years. And then you do what you want, but just allow me to experience you as a partner for a few years. You know, I feel like this person really wants to experience more with you, and that is something that they truly, truly desire. So yeah, man, this person is just like so in love. I love this. I truly love this, especially this being the first pile is like, yes, love. We're starting off really well. So to finish this up, we are going to just look into some advice, anything that your guides want you to let you know on this relationship or any other areas of our life, really. But just some advice for you to not leave here empty-handed, which I feel like, I mean, this is such a beautiful reading that I don't think you will, but we have luck is on your side. Of course it is. We also have confidence is your key to success, and we have balance, spirituality, and practicality. So we have here Sag, Leo, and Pisces energies, just in case that means anything to you. It could also be like significant times in this connection. Okay, so new moon in Sag, new moon in Leo. This would be December, August, and full moon in Pisces. That would be, let me think, Pisces, that is Capricorn. So it is around like January, February, that it usually happens. All right, so if those times or anything say anything to you, that is definitely significant. But these signs or seasons could also be significant just in general. But we also have here bread, period of prosperity and abundance. We have not unsuccessful plans, and crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So there are a couple of things here in terms of advice. I feel like when it comes to this relationship, there's nothing for you to do, really. I feel like there is a lot for you to do when it comes to believing in yourself and seeing yourself in the same way that this person sees you. And I feel like that is going to have a lot of impact. And there's almost this thing with the confidence of like, stay optimistic about your love life, you know, stay positive about this, because I really feel like it is going in such a beautiful direction. So it's like, trust us, your guides, and trust yourself, trust this connection, trust love. because I really feel like things are going in a really, really nice direction. There's also something here around, and I kind of feel like it is mainly, I feel like these messages here are mainly around career, where, first of all, slow down. There are a lot of things going on. With this knot, unsuccessful plans, if something has already happened, don't take that as doomed, don't take that as, oh, but this happened, so it means that nothing is going to show up again, and that this person is not going to come back. I do feel like they will come back. I don't think that you ever stopped talking. So maybe it was just, we had the conversation, but it was like, give me a few years, like I need some time. And maybe you had this conversation yesterday and the few years have already passed because this person's like, no, I'm waiting. I'm losing my shot. I can't see you with anyone else. You're moving on. No. So don't take this as the thing of I've lost my shot or this relationship is never going to happen, because I really feel like it has a really strong and beautiful potential. But when it comes to career, there's something around, first of all, focus on your career, because I feel like you're getting into a very prosperous and abundant time, and I feel like you have things to do, okay? So don't put all your eggs on this relationship, okay, on this basket. Put your eggs also on the other areas of your life, yourself included, your self-love and self-respect and self-worth, but also your career, I feel, is going to be really significant on these next few months. And I feel like you have things to build. I feel like you have stuff to do. So whatever dream you have, maybe you even have already tried it in the past. Just because it didn't work in the past doesn't mean that you cannot make it happen again. Okay? So there is this strong energy of please build it. Please do it. Please go towards that career. Go towards that thing, because it's definitely going to work. And I feel like this person is just, it's going to be a bonus and it's going to support you unconditionally. Okay? So yeah. And I definitely feel like, with this birth or conception of a child, it could be saying that, hey, this has such a beautiful potential that you're actually going to have family with this person, if that is in your plans, So, yeah. This is looking really good. I really enjoyed this pile number 1. So, this is what I have for you. I hope it resonated and helped. I hope you're happy, because I certainly am happy for you. And definitely smash that bacon. Wow. Definitely smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you here. If you're coming from Aura Divine Tarot, welcome in. I would love to have you here as well. But you can also check out, if you're interested in looking into the individual signs, your individual signs, or if you are a cusp or your person is, definitely check out my other 2 channels, the Sunny Virgo and the Sunny Virgo Tarot, where I have readings for you there. And if you want to dive deeper into this, you can get a private reading with me, and we'll talk about it. And you can also check out my Patreon if you want to support me any further, okay? We have self-care content and twin flame readings over there, okay? So, with that being said, I love you very much. I wish you the freaking best, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Hello there, my pile number 2. So if you chose the Unakite and the Zodiac Tarot, you're definitely in the right place. We'll get right into it. I just want to mention, in case you missed the intro, today we have a very special reading because it's a collab with Aura Divine Tarot, and over here we're going to look into your person's thoughts and feelings, and over on her channel we are going to look, or you are going to look into your person's intentions and next actions, okay? So with that being said, don't forget to check out her channel, but let's actually get started here with, come here, a little check-in to see, what is the current status of this relationship, what is happening, if you are really in the right place with this person, and it's going to give you a little confirmation that this is your reading, this is your pal, and you can keep on watching. So let's get here into it. We have healing. We have free yourself. Interesting. We also have intimacy, sensual confidence, trust. With free yourself, it says it's time to take back control of your life. And then from your tarot, we have Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Devil, and the Page of Cups in reverse. Why do I feel like, okay, I'm kind of getting that this, first of all, it may be a very sexual relationship. So maybe it was like a friends with benefits, a one night stand, very casual thing. Maybe at least for your person. Because I kind of feel like there is a lot of sexual energy coming forward, and I almost feel like you don't see this in the best light. I feel like there may have been even an ending coming forward, because I feel like, I mean, we even have here healing, so I don't think that this is, this connection is in the best place right now. And you may be seeing this person as a player, you may be seeing them as they were just using you for your body and not really, they weren't really looking for anything serious, for anything emotional, and I feel like you think that this person doesn't really have any feelings for you. You may even be seeing this connection as very toxic, and that maybe perhaps you should just let go, free yourself from this situation and not look back. I even feel like there's this thing of like, maybe you trusted this person and you've even shared something really deep and personal, and this person just walked away afterwards, and I feel like you felt betrayed from it, because you were really like counting on this person to be there for you and to support you, and they just, boom, disappeared. This person may have ghosted you, or you could be in like no contact in a way, but I don't think that you're seeing this in the best light. And with this Ace of Pentacles, I almost feel like right now you could be more focused on like your career and just doing your thing, and try not to think too much about this person or this situation. And I have this feeling that, I don't know, I kind of have this feeling of like you may even be a little bit mad at love and mad at, I don't know, not really feeling very hopeful and optimistic about things in your love life. And it's like, screw love, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm just going to focus on me. So yeah, if that kind of sounds like you, especially if it is a very sexual relationship and this is not in the best place right now and there was some sort of ending, I feel like this is definitely your pal. And for some of you, maybe this relationship was even a bit, I'm getting a couple of things. I'm getting controlling and or addictive. I feel like it was getting you into this place of like, not necessarily that you weren't recognizing yourself, but perhaps you weren't really becoming the person you wanted to be. So yeah, there's that. In terms of zodiac signs so far, we have Sag and Capricorn showing up. So if that resonates, take it as extra confirmation, but it definitely doesn't have to, they don't have to be, okay? So let's see here. What do we have for you? And let's pull some tarot from your deck. So what is pile number 2's person thinking right now about pile number 2? Okay, well, that is a very different energy. About pile number 2 in the connection, we have the Knight of Cups, Judgment, Hierophant. What the freaking hell? What are they thinking? We have the Moon and the 8 of Cups. Okay, I'm hearing like, I was stupid to let you go. What are their feelings? What are these person's feelings? So we have over here 6 of Pentacles, the Emperor, Justice, the 5 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Wow. With the Queen of Wands, bottom of the deck. To be honest, this person is regretting like ghosting you or the ending, anything that happened between the two. This person's like, no, what have I done? This person is really like struggling with accepting their own actions because they feel like they were the most stupid person ever. And whoopsie, I'm just trying to make this a bit more balanced. Okay. And I really feel like this person is like freaking out because let's start with their thoughts. We have the Knight of Cups, Judgment, and the Hierophant. This right here is giving me a big, clear indication of, oh my God, I have feelings. Oh my God, I want a commitment. Oh my God, this can actually be something good. Oh my God, I actually may be in love with pile number 2. You know, it's like there's this feeling of all of a sudden they kind of wake up and it's like, their heart is like, hi, I exist. Yes, you do have feelings. And I don't think that they were counting on it. I do feel like they try to repress it a lot, and I feel like they try to avoid their feelings a lot. And I almost feel like sometimes they feel like it's a dream and that it may be too good to be true. And I just feel like they're just, to be honest, they feel a little bit overwhelmed with the feelings. And I don't think that they were expecting any of this whatsoever, because I really feel like they, I don't know, I really feel like they went into this with low expectations, if none, you know, and they was just like, let's have a good time. And now I really feel like they're surprised that they actually want more. And I feel like this is something that it's very unknown to them. Either they're not really used to being in a relationship, or, you know, they're just not counting on it, and they never really had these type of feelings for someone. And so I feel like now you come along and it kind of freaks them out a little bit because it's so different, and it kind of pushes them into a new direction that they were not counting on pursuing. And I really feel like they regret a lot walking away and pushing you away and disappointing you and hurting you. I really feel like it's like they're really being hard on themselves, because like, you were the most stupid person on earth. And I feel like they're not doing really good with that. So let's see what else we have. We have status, adaptation, change will be better than you think. We also have toxic, manipulation, abuse, gaslighting. And we have make the effort. So there we go. It's like this person, first of all, I feel like they know that what they did wasn't right. And that's something, again, they really regret whatever happened here between the two, because they know that it wasn't right. They know that they weren't being honest. They know that they weren't really giving you what you deserved. And so they see themselves as toxic. You know, so they see themselves as, I wasn't good. This is not it. I don't want to be this person, you know? And I feel like they're also really afraid of changing things and going back to you and seeing what may happen between the two. I feel like they're really, really worried about that as well. And I feel like they're worried if you will even take them back, you know? And with that, make the effort, I really feel like, especially with the Knight of Cups and everything, I really feel like they're thinking on the best way to approach you and the best way to gain you back and make things happen here between the two. I don't think they know how to do that, though. You know, I feel like they're just so confused and so overwhelmed. It's just like, okay, what is happening here? I don't know how to deal with this situation. I also get this feeling of like, whenever their feelings come up and they understand, oh wait, I have feelings for pal number 2. I feel like they get into this point of like, are you high? Like they even ask themselves like, are you high? Are you okay? What is wrong? You need a little hug? Because I feel like it's just so weird to them to have feelings and to feel this way for someone that is just like, who did you wrong? What happened? Are you okay? You know? And do you need to go to the doctor? Because I really feel like it's just so weird to them. And I feel like when it comes to their feelings, things start becoming a little bit clearer, because, you know, they do have a lot of passion. We have here the Emperor and the King of Wands, but it's not just passion, you know, because I feel like they generally want to give you more with the Six of Pentacles, and they really feel like I feel like they also have a lot of admiration, and it's like you're just so balanced, and you're so it's like you're a combination of everything that I love most in people. You know, you're everything that I could ever ask for. And then we have this Queen of Wands with the King of Wands. Like, they see you as a perfect match. And I really feel like now they are realizing that, my God, like, I may have lost the person that was actually making me feel good, that was actually making me feel relevant and important, and like I could do anything, you know, and that would actually bring balance into my life. And so now they're actually feeling, I don't know if they have already approached you or not. For some of you, I feel like they may have already tried something. But I kind of feel like they feel like you are moving on and that you don't want to do anything with them. And that's why they're scared that you're not going to take them back, because I feel like they feel left out in the cold. They feel like you're never going to be the same person with them that you used to be. They feel like even if they beg and even if they do anything at their reach to do, you will never take them back. I really feel like they're seeing the situation in a very negative way. But I really get this feeling like they want to give you more. And I feel like they almost see you as this moon. You know, they see you as the person that would be able to give them everything that they were asking for and everything that they were looking for. And I also feel like there's this feeling of like their inner child feels really safe and seen and respected with you. And I don't think first of all, they may not know what an inner child is, but I feel like they never really tapped into that feeling enough to understand it and to realize that it was there. You know, I feel like before it's just like, oh yeah, I feel comfortable with you, but I mean, what the hell? It's like they weren't really paying attention to it. And I feel like now they look back and it's like, oh wow, that you're the person that I feel the most comfortable with, and that I don't really have to pretend, and that I don't feel like I have to hide, you know. And so I feel like they're really appreciating you in a big ass way. And I also feel like you make them want to do better, and you make them want to step up and to be more, and, you know, to just provide you with more. So yeah. By the way, in terms of zodiac signs, we have over here Taurus, Scorpio, Aries, and Libra. Well, actually, you know, water signs in general, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Aries, and Libra. Those are the signs that are coming up. So yeah, if those resonate, definitely take that as confirmation. But let's just pull here a few more oracle cards. We have African Violet, Spirituality. It's time to connect with what you believe. We also have conflict, incompatible, rejection, differences. And, come here. We have engagement. And it's like, it's so flighty. It's like, hot potato, no engagement, no. And I feel like this person wants more, but it's like, no, it's not going to happen. No, this is not good. You know, I feel like they could have really strong commitment issues. And so that is the thing that they're struggling with the most right now. It's committing to you and feeling okay with the commitment. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to lose you. And at the same time, it's like, but you're just going to reject me. So I really feel like they're seeing the situation in a very negative way. And I feel like they're feeling very, I don't know, I feel like you'll have to see that with Brittany at the Aura Divine Tarot. But it's like, I feel like in one way, they feel really hopeful and they kind of don't want to lose you. So they feel determined to make a move towards you. But at the same time, they feel really discouraged and just very negative about this whole thing. So it's like, what's the point of me even making a move? But I definitely feel like with this, like, it's time to connect with what you believe. I feel like it's that thing. All of their feelings are now coming up to surface and they don't know how to deal with them. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to react. They really don't know. I really feel like they really don't know. So that's interesting. All right, let's pull here some messages from them. What would they like to say to my pile number 2s? Everything feels impossible without you. I know you don't trust me. Let me change that. He, she's just a friend. So yeah, again, I do feel like this person was a little bit in a player energy. But I feel like, you know, even if they are seeing people, I don't think that if they are seeing people, they're not seeing as many people as they used to. And I feel like it doesn't even feel the same. I feel like after you, it just didn't make sense, you know? It's like, what's the point? Yes, I'll have fun. Yes, I'll entertain myself, but it just doesn't make sense, you know? We also have I need space. I love the way you talk, smile, walk, breathe. I love everything about you. Yeah, it's like this person's feelings are definitely catching up to them. We also have I've stopped myself from reaching out so many times. Yeah, I definitely feel that. I definitely feel like this person wants more, you know? But I don't know how to have it. Let's actually pull all these. So we have, I look through your photos all the time. I have plans for the two of us. Your voice is my favorite melody. I've always loved you and I always will. My God. Anything else that this person would like to say to pile number 2? Okay, I kind of feel like there is a flipper here, but I won't be able to see it. Okay. So, bottom of the deck, we have, I need to focus on my healing. Yeah. I feel like it's that thing. I feel like this person, yeah, I don't want to drag you into this mess, my mess. This person knows that they behave toxic. This person knows that they have toxic traits and that right now, they probably would not be able to give you the commitment that you deserve and maybe even the commitment that you want, you know? So we also have here, I'm not ready, not yet. And I see you thriving and I couldn't be prouder. So I do feel like they're really proud of you and they really love the person you are and they really love everything that you do for others and everything that you are able to accomplish and just like your person, you know, your persona, just your energy. I really feel like they love it and I feel like they feel so grateful for having to know you. But I also feel like they know that they're toxic. They know that they're not good for you at this moment. And yes, I need to focus on my healing. I do feel like they're wanting to be better, but I also feel like it's almost like if we don't get back together, I'm okay because at the very least you pushed me into healing And again, I feel like this person is already like given up on this connection, to be honest. But I also feel like they want you too much to fully give up on you. And so I kind of feel like right now they're a little bit in a limbo. I do feel like the player energy is kind of dissipating, and I feel like they're changing that. I feel like they're definitely improving their healing, and I feel like they see a beautiful future and commitment, potential commitment with you. But they know that they're not good for you, and that is their biggest thought and feeling right now, is that they're not good for you. So they definitely need space, and I don't see things developing too much in the near future. But yeah. So let's pull here some advice for you. What do your guides want you to know right now about this connection, about just any situation in your life? Okay, what they need to tell you. So let's see here. We have a personal issue reaches resolution. Work through your fears, and it's time to release negativity. So you may also be in this like negative loop, like this person is, and it's like it's time to release negativity, not only about this connection, but about love in general. And it's like be open to feeling all types of love, because you already have love from friends, love from family, love from your pets, love from nature, love from the universe. Love is all around you, and it's not only in the shape of this relationship. So maybe it would be good and interesting for you to look into, what types of love can you tap into? What can you feel? What can you recognize as love? And I feel like that is going to help you feel a little bit more centered and present. And I feel like it would also help, release a little bit of this negativity. But I also feel like whatever happened here between the two, you may also need to look a little bit into it and understand, okay, how did that impact me? What were the beliefs that were created because of this situation? How am I viewing myself because of this situation? And is that something that I want to do? Is that a way that I want to see myself? And then you start working with it, and you start reframing it, and you start looking at all your positive traits. And you know what? With this situation here, it made me feel like I wasn't enough and that I was only seen for my body. Look into all the people that you have around you that prove you wrong. Your friends, maybe even like whatever gender you're attracted to, look into those friends and look into how they don't look at you that way. You have amazing people surrounding you, I'm sure, that really make you feel enough. And I feel like you may need to lean on a little bit on that, and just know that the negative cycle here is over. So whether you go back to this person or not, the negative cycle is over. So you're able to get new ideas. You're able to get new, when I say get new ideas, like get new ideas for the future has a commitment, You're able to get a different perspective and to attract different energies for you, okay? So we also have here good news with ear. We also have ink pod, problems to be resolved, and jug, lighthearted, carefree time. So with this, I definitely feel like it's that thing of like connect with friends, connect with community, with people that make you feel good. And I feel like that is going to be important. When and if this person comes back, I feel like it is important for you to talk about things. And I do feel like they will want to spend a lot of time with you. And I don't think that it's going to be in a sexual way. I actually feel like they will want to take you on a date or something. I'm not sure when that is going to happen or how it's going to happen exactly, but I definitely feel like this person will want to spend more time with you. And I feel like it's just, a message and a device for you. It's like, be light, have fun, explore, be wild and free. And I feel like that is going to lighten you up a little bit. I also feel like with this good news, it's like you may need to go out with friends because something that they say may actually light you up a little bit and make you feel good. And I don't know, I feel like we we all have that friend that is like we are there soaking in our tears, and that friend is like, honey, like if he didn't appreciate you, it's his loss. Like, look at your fucking body. You're so sexy. We all have that friend that is just like, come on, girl, you got this. And I feel like you may need a little bit of that pep talk from that special friend. So definitely indulge a little bit in that because I feel like it's going to make you feel very, very good. Okay. And also be that person for yourself. I feel like that is also a thing. But yeah. So pod number 2, this is what I have for you. It was a little bit more of a heavy reading, but I hope it resonated and it helped you a little bit, brought you a little bit of clarity. If it did, definitely smash the like button for me. That is the easiest way for you to support me. And if you want to see more pick-a cards, we also have 18 plus pick-a cards, love, career, messages from your guides, whatever. We have a lot. Definitely subscribe. I would really appreciate it. If you're coming from Aura Divine Tarot, I would love to have you here. Welcome in. And yeah, so if you want to dive deeper into this, we can also get a private reading. But if you want to support me any further, you can check out my Patreon, where I have self-care content and twin flame readings. And if you're wanting to look into individual signs, and maybe even cusps, you can check out my other two channels, the Sunny Virgo and the Sunny Virgo Tarot, for that. Also, by the way, we have here Cancer and Scorpio coming in. These could be important times, even like full moon in Cancer, new moon in Scorpio, full moon in Scorpio. Those could be significant times for this connection, or the seasons could be relevant, okay? But yeah, so with that being said, I love it very much. I wish you the best, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, my partner number 3. Welcome in. So if you chose the Aquamarine and the Right Away Tarot, you're definitely in the right place. We're actually going to confirm that with a little check-in to see what is going on in this connection, who is this person, you know, to give you a little bit of a little extra confirmation that, yeah, this is your reading. But before we get into that, I just want to mention, in case you missed the intro, that today we have a collab. So over here, we're going to look into your person's thoughts and feelings. And on the Aura Divine Tarot channel, we are going to look, or you are going to look into your person's next actions and intentions for you, okay? So with that being said, let's get into it, into our check-in. We have transformation, children, wheel, cycles, patterns, change. And from the tarot, we have 4 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, King of Cups, and the new moon in reverse. That is interesting. There's something here about like no longer holding on to something. I mean, it's very clear that some sort of change happened here in this connection, and I do feel like a very strong pattern, maybe not the best pattern, was broken, you know. And I really feel like you came to the end of a cycle with this person, and I do feel like it could have been a karmic cycle, to be honest. And I feel like the thing here is that I feel like there is a release from both sides. I do feel like there is still love. Is there the opportunity for a new beginning, though? I'm not sure if we're both looking at it. I feel like you're both having a very chill and relaxed energy when it comes to the next step of this connection. And I really don't feel like you're looking too much into, oh yeah, let's get into a committed relationship. Let's have children if that is the case. You know, I don't think that you're too focused on it. Maybe you're even more focused on yourself, your self-love, and just focusing on you. Maybe there is some sort of separation here. For some of you, I feel like you're already in a relationship with this person, and the next step would be, I don't know, having children or getting married. I don't think you're really rushing into it. Maybe that was something that caused some struggle in the past, was one of you, or just a feeling like, oh, we should do this. You know, it's the logical thing to do next. But I don't think that that is the case anymore. But I feel like for most of you, this was coming from a place of a lot of immaturity. I feel like you could have been dealing with someone that was very mature, very unstable, and maybe not in the best place emotionally. I do feel like you do love each other. I mean, at least I feel like you still have feelings for this person, or you just, you know, you love them. It doesn't only have to be romantic love, but I do feel like you have a strong care for this person. I just don't think that there is this openness to new beginnings and to manifesting development in this situation. And even with the butterfly there, I almost feel like there's this feeling of like the purpose of this connection gave what it had to give, you know, and it was completed, it was done, and so now you're able to fully blossom individually and go your own way, you know. But yeah, that is interesting. If that kind of sounds like you, you're definitely in the right place. By the way, we have here strong water energy, Cancer and Pisces especially. But let's see where we go with this. I do feel like there was some level of kind of immaturity coming in, and I don't think that you were both. And I kind of feel like it could have been this person where I don't think you were ready for a relationship, like a solid relationship. You know, I feel like especially this person, I don't think that they were in the place to truly fully give you what you were looking for. But yeah, let's get into the tarot here and get a little bit more information and see where we go. So, what is this person thinking right now about my pile number 3s? All right. So, we have the 2 of Pentacles, the World, King of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we do have the 8 of Pentacles, which I feel like it kind of makes sense. And what is pile number 3's person feeling about pile number 3? Have 4 of Swords, sorry. The 2 of Wands. All right. We also have here the Fool, the Magician, King of Swords, and the 5 of Swords. Okay. All right, so let's start with the thoughts here. I do feel like this person still thinks a little bit about you. However, I feel like their main energy towards you in terms of thoughts, it is in passion. I do feel like they still perhaps fantasize about you even, but I feel like overall they're very focused on their career. And to be honest, with that 2 of Pentacles, there could be someone else. And I feel like they are, trying to move on with their life and with the world. I feel like they are trying to get into new beginnings and new cycles. I also feel like they think that you're seeing someone else. That may be true, may not be true, but I do feel like they have that idea that, you're seeing someone else and you're just, really, really comfortable with where you are right now and that you don't need them for anything. I feel like they're really just not seeing their purpose in your life anymore. I feel like they're not really understanding why they would even come forward. And why I say that in that way, like they're not understanding why they would do such a thing, is because I feel like they want to do it. But I feel like it is not coming for the best reasons. I feel like it is coming from a place of, I feel like they're still a little bit attached to you, to be honest. But we'll get into the feelings in just a second. But I really feel like their focus right now, it's mainly on career and just, their work, what they're doing and what they want to accomplish. And again, I kind of feel like it could be also attached to someone else. I also get this feeling that, they do see you as someone very attractive and very powerful. And I even feel like they can sometimes get a bit intimidated by you. And I feel like that's also the thing of like, they don't see what the purpose, what they would do in your life. It's because you're just so complete. You're everything already. So why would you need them? Why would they come forward and be part of your life when, they're not supposed to be there? I really feel like they feel like an outside. I feel like they get this feeling of like they see themselves as an extra in your life and not as a priority or someone that you truly care about or someone that you truly want to be, someone you truly want to be part of your life. So I feel like they're kind of pushing the thought of getting back to you or, just investing in this connection, because I just don't think that I don't know, it's kind of, they want it, but at the same time, they don't see the reason for it. So it's like, no, this is not going to happen, But let's pull some oracle cards here. We have Sweet Alyssum, Clarity, Bright Paths of Understanding will open. We also have Fling, Short-Term Casual Crush, Sex, and Let Go of Control Issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. So I really feel like this person is not really wanting to put a lot of energy and effort into this relationship. And I definitely feel like they, it's what we're talking about. I feel like if they would come forward, it is mainly from a sense of passion and attraction and not so much, oh, I really want a commitment with you, because to be honest, even in the feelings, I'm not seeing feelings. So I do feel like there's care and I do feel like there is this admiration and attraction, that is for sure. I just don't feel like there is love here. I just don't feel like there is this romantic love and this thing of like, I want a commitment with you. And I just feel like this person, if they would come forward, it would come from a place of wanting to be spontaneous and wanting to be wild and wanting to see where things would lead. Because in their feelings, what is showing up is that I feel like they feel better and I feel like they feel like they have matured and they have become a better person. But I also feel like they, especially with the 5 of Swords, there is this strong feeling of it just doesn't make sense. I really get this strong feeling of it just doesn't make sense. Like the time has come to an end. It's like it's time to go. And I just don't feel like this person is fully invested in you. They are definitely invested in sexual energy, but I don't really feel like they want anything else than that. And I also feel like, especially with the Fool and the Magician, Two of Wands, they could be, again, investing in some other relationship, some other person. And I don't really feel like they are too caught up on wanting to make something work out of this, you know? If this is the case where you're like already in a relationship and this is about like moving to the next level, I feel like this person kind of wants to risk it, but at the same time, I feel like there's this feeling of it's not the right time. It's not it. It's not going to happen. Like it doesn't feel right, you know? And I feel like there's some level of like, I still want to keep my independence or some level of it. And I don't think that right now it's the best time for us to do this. Maybe they don't feel like they have the financial security to have children or to have a big wedding, you know? And so I feel like that's also something that they're kind of going through. But I do feel like for most of you, this is the case where it's like, this is either an ex or, again, it's just a relationship that came to an end. And I just don't think that this person sees a lot of potential and growth between the two. But yeah, and this is kind of rough because I mean, I kind of feel like maybe you still have feelings, or because I mean, you're watching this reading, right? So maybe you still kind of had some sort of hope or something like that. Or you're just, you know, looking for confirmation that this person feels the same. But I definitely feel like they're not really hoping to get anything else. It doesn't appear so. By the way, in terms of zodiac signs, just to give you a few hints in case you need a little extra confirmation. We have strong Aquarius energy, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aries, and Virgo and Gemini a little bit. But Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo are the big energies coming through, okay? But let's see here in their feelings what else we have. Kyle, Lily, rejuvenation, reawaken, and then stand stronger. We also have fate, luck, destiny, meant to be. And we have passion, but I'm going to take it up, right? But I also feel like it's a little bit in reverse, where it's like, I feel like they feel like the passion is dying out. And it's like, we had our moment, but I feel like it is time for something else to come forward, you know, with this rejuvenation. I feel like it is time for us to move in a different direction. I do want more, and I feel like it would be nice for us to go back and see where things are at, but I feel like it would always come from a place of passion, you know? And I even feel like, especially with the let go of control issues, I feel like this person is kind of living it up to fate. And it's like, if we're supposed to get back together, if we're supposed to connect again, then that is going to happen naturally. I'm not going to force anything. I'm living it up to fate. At the same time, I don't think they feel very confident that is ever going to happen, though. So I feel like this person is really in a place of, well, yeah, it is what it is, you know? And I don't think that they're wanting to invest in this connection. I really don't think that they see too much happening here. I do feel like there is this feeling of like, I wish you could see me now. You know, I feel like I wish you could see my growth. I wish you could see the person I am today, which is, you know, I am very different from who I was in the past. But I do feel like this person at the same time, they're like, maybe it's time for us to explore other options. And then if fate, if the universe wants it back together, we'll get back together. But I feel like this person is taking the separation or, you know, this moment in time very lightly, and like, it is what it is. It is what it's supposed to be. And I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to try too hard to make this happen. For some of you, there could also be some sort of physical distance. And I feel like this person takes that as a sign of, well, yeah, that's another confirmation. We're not supposed to be together, you know? But at the same time, I feel like they kind of hope a little bit. But then at the same time, I feel like right now they wouldn't feel comfortable or safe to move in like a solid committed relationship. I feel like it would always be from a place of a lot of passion and let's connect again. Let's, you know, get to know each other again. So I don't know, this kind of feels like a stranger, you know, it doesn't really have a lot of emotion, it doesn't really have a lot of things going on, just a lot of passion. But at the same time, there is history, and I even feel like this person would like to make things right with you, you know, and would like to apologize and to come forward with, I was going to say their version of things, but I feel like it's the perception and the perspective that they've gained with their growth. And it's like, I feel like they really want you to be proud of them, you know, and I feel like this person is wanting more of a let's clear the air rather than let's get back together kind of thing. But yeah, let's get here some messages from them and see what do we have. I have plans for the two of us. I will never love another like I love you. And with that, I have plans for the two of us. It would be interesting to see what comes up in Aura Divine Tarot's reading, because it appears that this person is kind of planning something, which is showing up here, but it doesn't show up in a very stable and like solid way. You know, it shows up in, well, whatever, you know, if it happens, I'll take action. If it doesn't happen, I won't even bother, you know? So yeah, I do feel like this person does fantasize and things about you, but I feel like they're focused on other things. But let's see. Whoop. Okay, so we have I need space. We also have here, how can you love someone like me? I really feel like this person blames a lot themselves for what happened between the two of you. I really feel like they don't want to, I don't know, I feel like they see how wrong they were, you know, and they really feel sorry. I really feel like they do. But it's not like a very emotional sorry. It's of, I feel like they have, I don't know, I feel like they forgiven themselves, but they still blame themselves a little bit. And I feel like they can only fully release that guilt that they have until you forgive them. You know, I feel like they need you to forgive them for them to be able to fully move on and forgive themselves 100% as well, you know? So I feel like that's also something that is coming through. But we do have here, you feel like magic to me. I don't want to ghost you, but I have to. I love someone else. See, I do feel like this person is seeing someone else, or it's like starting to move on and starting to connect with other people. And I really don't feel like I feel like they look back at the time that the two of you had with a lot of fondness and a lot of care and respect. And I feel like they do respect you a lot, and they're definitely still attracted to you. But I just don't feel like they necessarily, I don't know, I just don't think that they necessarily see more. It would be nice, but I feel like they at the same time don't really believe it, you know? I like it how things are right now. Yeah. It's impossible to resist you. You're the most beautiful person I've ever seen. So again, a lot of attraction, a lot of physical attraction, a lot of it. But I do feel like there could be someone else in the picture. And I don't know, I feel like this person is okay with it, you know? I just feel like they want forgiveness, and they want you to kind of, I don't know, I feel like they want to transform the relationship between the two of you into perhaps a friendship where it's like, they feel like I feel like they wish that the two of you could still be connected in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like they also don't want to push your boundaries. So that's the thing. I feel like they kind of would like to come towards you and apologize and say something and get things on the right track. But at the same time, it's like, is it even worth it? So I feel like they are kind of going a little bit back and forth. I'm becoming a better person. I'm changing, I promise. So again, I really feel like they have matured a lot. But and I feel like they would really love for you to acknowledge it. Because I feel like, you know, there's this feeling of, you saw the worst in me. And now that I'm becoming a better version of myself, you're the one person that could really see my growth, you know, because I feel like this new person, for example, they are just seeing the good side and the mature side, right? And, you know, their family members and friends, maybe didn't even get to know their worst side, you know, maybe they weren't really aware of it. And you were. And I feel like, I don't know, I really get this feeling like you're going to be proud of me, you know? I really feel like that's something that I think. You would be so freaking proud of me if you saw who I am today. And I really feel like that is their biggest wish right now. But we have I'm not ready, not yet, yeah. So I really feel like this person is like, they think of you really, really fondly. And I guess you needed to connect with this reading. Maybe you even came here to look into like someone completely different. But maybe you needed to hear this and to know that this person is doing a lot better and that they do regret what they did to you. I feel like that's the thing. I feel like they feel guilty, but they don't regret it, because I feel like it's like the things that you've said, the ways that you've woken them up, it was really important and they really needed to change. And so they are super grateful for everything that happened, the good and the bad in this connection. but they do feel guilty because they wish that they wouldn't have treated you that way, you know. But I don't know, I guess this reading is coming forward because you may need to know that this person is doing better and that you had a lot of impact on them, that you were the force to push them into changing and transforming, and that they owe it all to you. And they do, like, they feel that way. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're happy that they are happy, you know, and that they are a mature person. And that would be really mature and kind of you, so yeah. But this is actually a little bit of a shorter reading than the others, I think. But yeah, so let's get here into some final advice and messages that your guides may have for you. You actually have 2 months cards, so I'm curious to see what that is about. But yeah, this could be about this connection, could be about love, about your other relationship if you're looking for someone else, or just career, anything else that your guides want you to know. So, oh yeah, look at that. A new romantic cycle begins. So if you're single as a Pringle, know that you have someone new coming in. Expect powerful change, and we have your commitment is being tested. If you are already in a relationship and it's that thing of you know, you wanted to kind of move things forward in the next level and this person wasn't really ready for it. I feel like they like how things are right now. And however, I feel like your commitment is being tested. And it's like, if you hold on a little bit, I do feel like things can actually move forward and this new beginning could actually blossom between the two, okay? But I do feel like if that is not the case, if you're not in a relationship and this is someone from the past, someone you were in a relationship or you have some sort of history with, then I definitely feel like this is like a new, completely different person and it's going to be super aligned with you. And I feel like it is important for you to commit to your vision, you know, commit to the things that you want, commit to your dream life, commit to the things that you want to create in your life, you know? And I'm also getting something here about like commit to a goal that you have. It is worth pursuing, okay? And it could be definitely career-wise. And I feel like you're going to be very happy, okay? Definitely feel like you're going to be very happy. Yeah, so let's see what else we have here. We have February, we have June, and then we have younger men. By the way, we also have a Libra showing up here. So if this could be, you know, a little extra confirmation that you're dealing with a Libra, but it could be that the Libra season is significant for you. So take that however it resonates. And then we have February and June. I even wonder if this is like one person was born in either February or June. So for example, this would be like a February Aquarius, or what other signs did we have? It could be like a Gemini June, or even we did see Cancer in the beginning. So maybe like a Cancer June. But yeah, or just, you know, times that are going to be months that are going to be significant. But yeah, or a Pisces, a February Pisces, because we also had that Pisces energy. So yeah, but I do feel like this younger man, it is a new beginning. So I definitely feel like this is the feeling of, you know, you're moving away from one person to the other, and I do feel like it's going to be very warm and kind and healthy more than anything. So get excited because I feel like you have new love coming in, and it would actually be interesting to see if you already know this person, you could, or if this would actually show up in next actions, but in a way of like what's next in love. Maybe your guides have ways to surprise us. So maybe in one of the pals in Ora de Ventire, that will be the case. I don't know, but yeah, especially if you're already dealing with someone, definitely check out her video. You will get a lot more information about it, but just know that a lot of good positive things are coming in. And yeah, I also feel like there's something here around like either it's something you started in February or, you know, with this Pisces energy of like your dreams, and you could be like doing something new, maybe even doing something new in your life. And I feel like that is going to be really powerful and have a lot of impact, and you could see the fruition of it in June. Okay, so let's say you're starting a diet, a new lifestyle, a business goal or something, a creative project. You've started it in February, or it doesn't have to be, but you've started it, and I feel like it could come to fruition, or it could, you know, you could have that glow up and a lot of people complimenting you, and you really see the effort, or you really see the results of your efforts in June. So that's also something that is coming through. Okay, so Pile number 3, I guess this is it. You have new beginnings coming in love. Not with this person, though. It doesn't appear so. But it is looking pretty good, and I feel like you're going to have a lot of fun. So, yeah. I hope this, resonated, and apparently, I hope it was something that perhaps you needed to hear or that you felt good knowing. Definitely let me know in the comments down below because I'm curious about what is going on here. But definitely smash the like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you here, especially if you come from We're Divine Tarot channel. Welcome in. I would love for you to join the Bird Nest community. And if you want to dive deeper into what's next in love, who is this new love person coming in, or if you're actually dealing with someone, or even this person, definitely check out the link below for my private readings. We can get one and see what is going on there. But if you want to support me any further, you can also check out my other 2 channels, the Sunny Virgo and Sunny Virgo Tarot, where I have individual sign readings and cusp readings, okay? But you can also check out my Patreon. A lot of things, I know, but you can also check out my Patreon where I have self-care content and twin flame readings, okay? That is it, I promise. So I wish you the freaking best. I love it very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi there, pile number 4. Welcome into your reading. Last but not at all least, we have over here your Amethyst. If this was the crystal you chose, you're definitely in the right place, and your Star Seeker Tarot. And we're going to use it in just a second. We are going to first check in to see if you really are in the right place. And we are going to look into, who is this person? What is the status of this connection? And that should tell you if this is really your pal. But before we look into this, I do want to mention, in case you missed the intro, that today we have a collab. So we're collaborating with Aura Divine Tarot. Over here, we're going to look into your person's thoughts and feelings. And on her channel, you're going to look into their intentions and next move, okay? So let's get into it. And to be honest, if this isn't someone that you met through career, or it's someone from your work, or you're both really well off financially, I'd be surprised, because bottom of the deck of these 3 decks, bottom of the deck is financial health, on this deck is finances and career, and here on this deck, Make Me Love Love, we have the career card. So a lot of career energy, a lot of money energy. So that's definitely something that is happening here. That could also be an obstacle. Maybe that is the thing. But let's see what we have. We have blessings. We have trust. This situation is calling you to have faith. And then we have divine intervention, divine timing, and life purpose. And with our tarot, we have justice, the King of Swords, 6 of Swords, strong air energy so far. So this could be you or your person's signs. Aquarius and Libra coming in strong, but also Gemini. King of Wands in reverse. Gemini, Knight of Swords, and the 10 of Swords. Yeah, a lot of swords energy here. So I kind of feel like what is happening here, there is a feeling of like you may have lost hope. And I'm not sure if it is in this connection or in love in general, because I'm seeing a very like mental focused energy here. And I would even say that, especially if this is someone you know from careers, like you're creating blocks because like, oh, we can't be together. It's like a forbidden love kind of thing. But I feel like there's something here around like maybe things have run its course and now there's not enough chemistry and passion to keep this thing going. And I feel like you're not sure on what to do next, because I do feel like there is something here that is like, I should move on, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to, because I really am hoping for more. And maybe this, I should move on could be in an energy of like, maybe I should open myself up for love, if you were kind of mad at love and you're giving up on love. But at the same time, I feel like you feel good with not putting yourself out there. I do feel like you may have just come out of a really tough karmic cycle, and maybe it was this person that was a karmic cycle. And I kind of feel like now you just don't feel excited or courageous to move forward in this connection, or again, in love in general. And I feel like your guides are kind of asking you to just, bear with us, trust us, because everything is unfolding exactly as it's supposed to. So please trust us, because everything is going to be okay. All right. So I kind of get this feeling of like, this may even be about someone you don't know yet, or it is about someone that things have come to an end, but at the same time, you kind of feel like there is the possibility for more, but at the same time, you're scared of finding that out. And I just feel like you're not sure if you want to discover that, you know? And especially with like this energy here, it's very different from this energy. So I really feel like you were dealing with someone here that it wasn't aligned with you at the time. And some hurtful words may have also been said. And I just don't think that there is a lot of I don't feel like the issue here is passion. I just feel like it's the motivation to keep going in this connection. But on the other hand, you could have someone new coming in, and that is the blessings, you know, and maybe you already feel that energy. It's like you feel that your guys have someone new to present to you. And I just feel like you're not 100% sure that you want to find out who is the new person, you know? So there's a little bit of mixed energy here, and I feel like you're just trying to figure yourself out, and maybe that's why there's all of that career energy, is that maybe you're really focused on your financial health, you're really focused on your career, and on trying to, you know, do your best to stick around with yourself and not really push things forward where they don't need to go, you know? So, yeah. But let's see here. What do we have from the tarot? And whatever wants to come up. But if that kind of resonated like your situation, that you just, you know, you may have gone out of a tough relationship, a toxic cycle, and that you feel like your guides kind of have a bigger plan for you, and that you're being, I don't know, it's like something is cooking up behind the scenes, but you don't really know what it is. If it is a reconciliation with that person, or if it is a new love, then that is definitely your pal. And especially if you're really focused on your career. But let's see here. What is pal force person thinking right now? We have the 3 of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Again, lots of swords energy. You could definitely be dealing with an air sign. We have Judgment, the King of Wands in reverse again, and we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. And for their feelings, what are they feeling right now? We have the Nine of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the 4 of Pentacles. And the last card is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So, let's get started. I feel like this person is definitely still very caught up on the ending that happened between the two. This person is very, very hurt that this had to end, and that it perhaps that it ended in the way that it ended, you know. And it's interesting that the King of Wands is showing up twice in reverse, which is definitely giving that feeling of there is not enough drive to make this a thing. And I feel like they feel that from you as well. I feel like they're seeing you as someone that has their walls up, and that doesn't, you know, it's not really interested in pushing this situation forward. And I almost feel like this person didn't really realize how bad it would hurt unless it actually, until it actually happened, you know, until they actually had to let you go. And I feel like that's something that is heavily on their mind, is the fact that things ended. It's the fact that things came to an end. And it's almost like now that they kind of feel drawn to move towards you, they feel like they can't and that they shouldn't, and that it's like, it's not my place to do that. You know, there's a little feeling of that. And I definitely feel like there's also this energy here of, I wish I could wash it all away. I do feel like this person has big regrets, and it's like if they could go back and change things between the two, I feel like they would. And I really feel like they just have a lot of remorse, because it's like, you deserve better, and I should have treated you better, and I should have done this in a certain way, and I should have said that, and I feel like they didn't, and so now they blame themselves, and I feel like they're really heartbroken, not only with the situation, but with themselves, because that is not the person that they wanted to be, you know. And I also feel like I don't know, there's this feeling of, here's the thing, they have feelings, but I feel like what they tell themselves, it's not your place to have feelings. Like, you don't deserve to have feelings. You really, it's like, it's not, you shouldn't be doing that. You know, you shouldn't be having those feelings. You shouldn't. You know, it's like, I really feel like this person is blaming themselves, because, or it's like, it's putting a lot of heaviness on themselves because you don't deserve to have feelings. You've treated pile number 4 really badly. So you're a bad person. You shouldn't have feelings. Like, just let pile 4 go. And I really feel like they are trying. But I feel like it's a bit complicated to do that at the same time. Yeah, let's get here a few oracle cards to get a little bit more information around their thoughts. Forget me not, remembrance, memories in the past hold the key. We also have family, soul tribe, tradition, childhood, and forgiving and learning. Yeah, it's like this person really, they regret it so much, and they're hurting a lot. They really are, and I feel like they're hurting more because of the way that they think that you are hurting, and the way that, you know, they know that they have caused you pain. You may not be hurting right now, but they know that they have caused you pain, and I feel like they just hate themselves before it, you know? But at the same time, they also look at the past in this relationship with a lot of fondness and just a lot of good, pure heart, you know? Even the bad moments, I feel like they were all in to be in those bad moments, you know? Or they're all in now. And I really feel like they just want to look back and not regret anything that happened between the two, because I feel like they just feel so grateful and blessed that they were able to meet you and they were able to connect with you, and they don't want to let that go, you know, and they don't want to feel bad for getting to know you. But I also feel like it's almost like I can only fully move on if you forgive me, because I don't think I can forgive myself unless you do that, you know. Very similar energy to pile number 3. So if you feel kind of drawn between those two, maybe there are some messages for you there as well. But I definitely feel like this person is really caught up on you. So, but let's get into this person's feelings. I feel like they are trying to move on, and they're definitely holding back those feelings. I don't think you have heard from this person in a long time, I would say. And I definitely feel like this person is just trying to focus on themselves, trying to focus on their healing, on pampering themselves, self-love, self-care, all of that, their career as well, that is for sure. And I definitely feel like they're really scared as well of what that means for the two of you, because I feel like they would like to have you in their life in some way, shape, or form. But I feel like they know that is not something doable right now, and that the two of you need space, and the two of you need to kind of, you know, just keep the distance for some time. And I feel like, you know, maybe you don't feel that way, but I really feel like it's because they can't forgive themselves, and because they blame themselves. It's like they think that you don't want to talk to them, you don't want to see them, you don't want to do anything with them, and so they feel like having at least a friendship is totally out of reach, you know. But I definitely get this feeling that they're trying to, I even feel like they're trying to slowly get back to you, but that is not really a priority. I feel like their priority is to really, you know, get their BS together and try to figure themselves out. By the way, in terms of zodiac signs, we had like a strong of air energy. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, that is coming in really strongly, but that could also be your sign. We also have Aries and Virgo coming in like crazy, and Capricorn, okay? But we do have the Queen of Cups here, bottom of the deck, so they do definitely have feelings for you, you know. But it's almost like it's not a healthy love. Or if we were to try this, and if we were to give our relationship a shot, I don't think it would be healthy. You know, I feel like that's what they're feeling as well. So, yeah, that's heavy stuff. Let's see what else. Foxglove, confidence, be what you want to see. We also have here loyalty, marriage, commitment, only you. And we have wedding. Wow. So it's almost like, I would even say that this person before, perhaps they weren't really able to give you fully what you wanted, or give you fully what you were hoping and looking for. And now that you're gone, I feel like it's now that they realize that this could have actually gone to a marriage, you know, this could actually have gone to a very long-term commitment, but they weren't seeing that before. So right now, I feel like they're focused and married to themselves, you know, and possibly to their career, and just trying to be the person that they want to see in the mirror, you know, and be the person. I'm even getting this thing of like, be the person that you would be proud of. Like, honestly, this kind of feels like the previous version of pile number 3. So again, if you feel drawn to look into pile 3, definitely do. But I just feel like this person is heartbroken because they see a future with you that they know that they can't have. And so I feel like they're having a really hard time to let you go. They really are. Let's pull some messages from them. Hopefully we'll get some more information. But what would pile number 4 like to say? What would pile number 4's person like to say to pile number 4? I know you don't trust me. Let me change that. Yeah. It's like they definitely know that, they've broken your confidence, your trust, maybe even your confidence, maybe they said some pretty nasty things that brought you down, and I feel like they just really, it's like they hate themselves for it. I've stopped myself from reaching out so many times because again, I feel like they really want to reach out to you, but they just don't think that you're going to receive it well. I just don't think that you're going to be open to that communication, and you're just going to maybe even be pissed off at them and flip and block them 100% if you haven't already, and just like they don't want to do that. I want to grow old together. I did also see you broke my dreams of us together. Give me a few years. I never thought it'd get this far. I even get this. It's like, again, I don't know what happened between the two of you. I don't know what this person said. I don't know what this person did. But I even get this feeling of like the situation got out of control. And if this, I'm hearing for some of you that you were physically abused. This is not it, okay? This is not it. I feel like this person said some pretty nasty things, but it wasn't physical. I really don't see that. And I just feel like this, I don't know, I just feel like it's almost like they were having a really hard time in career and then they put it out on you, but at the same time, they were in such a toxic place that it's not that they meant it, but it made them feel powerful. It made them feel good. And now that they're kind of growing and they're going through the healing process, they look back and they're like, oh my God, I just hate that person so much. I just hate who I was so much. And I never really thought that I had it in me to say those things or to do those things. For some of you, there was cheating involved. And I really feel like they hate themselves for it. And again, at the same time, they know that you're probably not wanting to speak to them again and that you're not wanting any of this again. So, yeah. Can we speed this up? This person kind of wants a reconciliation, I've tried to move on so many times, but I always come back to you. Yeah, this person is really having a hard time to let you go and to move on. And I really feel like they miss you a whole lot. But I also get this feeling of like, you deserve better. So I'm not even going to try that much. My career is in the way. We also have, I want to know more about you. All this time I thought you were wrong. I'm seeing the truth now. I feel like what you said and how you reacted, it's now just hitting them, and they're just now realizing, oh yeah, that was really toxic. That was really bad. And with this, I want to know more about you. I feel like they're really curious on where you are right now. Not even necessarily, I feel like they're curious about that, of course, of like, do you miss me? Do you think about me? Do you have feelings for me? But I don't even feel like it's totally about that. I feel like they're just curious, like, what are you up to? What are you doing with your career? How's your family, And I feel like they just want to know where you're at and what is going on with you. But again, I feel like they know that they shouldn't reach out and ask those things because it's going to look bad. You're probably not going to reply. So yeah, this person is going a little bit back and forth and just trying to let you go. I think we're better off apart. There we go. Anything else? Do I mean anything to you? And we get one more. Or anything else that wants to come forward from this person to pile number 4. Okay. Yeah, look at that. I want to fix things between us. But do you want that? I don't know, in their eyes at least, we're not really looking at you, but in their eyes at least, you don't want anything to do with them, you know? So it's like, I want to fix things between us, but it's going to be, it's not going to work because, you know, pile number 4 doesn't want anything to do with me. So yeah, I really feel like they're kind of giving up on the relationship here. But yeah, so let's pull here some advice for you. And these are just, you know, advice and messages that your guides want you to know. And it could be about this connection, about love in general, about career, because you do seem to be very focused on your career. And yeah, let's see what we have. So we have, look at the bigger picture. Are these all like, okay. Take time to breathe out and believe in the impossible. So I really feel like when it comes to this connection, you may need this time apart. You know, I feel like it would be important for you to let this go. And I feel like you have other things to focus on at this moment, you know, and I feel like with this believing the impossible, it is giving you a little bit of an energy of like, don't settle, you know, because you have so many great things that you can accomplish. You have such a beautiful, great love that you can manifest. So don't settle for anything less than that. And if you want to get back with this person, then that is also, you know, believing the impossible. That can also happen. But I do feel like right now, distance and time apart from each other would be the best approach. And I also feel like if you haven't forgiven this person, or if you're still really caught up on whatever happened here between the two, I feel like your guides are also encouraging you to look at those things and try to have a different perspective. Try to see it from the lens of a broken heart, in the sense of, you know, we talk about like healed people heal people, and hurt people hurt people. And I really feel like this person was hurt. I feel like they were in a very toxic place with themselves, maybe even a toxic environment. I was also hearing that. So they kind of put that on you because they weren't in the best place. And I feel like when you start seeing things in that perspective, you start forgiving people, not with the energy of letting them go, or not with the energy of letting them back into your life. It's for you. It's for you to have peace. It's for you to not be attached to this energy and to this relationship anymore. It's for you to be able to move on and to feel peaceful and rested and, all right, it's done, you know, and to not constantly go back and forth. And I feel like there is this strong energy on look ahead, and also look into what this relationship and whatever happened has taught you, and how can you change things on your next relationship? How can you do things differently? Okay. We also have here full moon in Sagittarius, so this could be a significant time for you. This would happen around June, so if that means anything to you, that could be significant. Maybe it's a relevant timing for you, and it's actually interesting because June energy was also showing up in pile 3. So yeah, I mean, just again, do whatever you want with that information, but Sagittarius energy could also be significant, or Sagittarius time, okay? Either in the future, for the future, or in the past, maybe it was when you meet, or when the separation happened, whatever, okay? But let's look here into your final cards. We have Quill, get back to basics, yeah. Kite, vacation, and we have Box, you will receive a gift. And I really feel like, especially because we had this, I may actually pull a few extra cards for you. We had these blessings, divine, trust. I really feel like your guides have a plan for you, and you were about to be really, really blessed. And I feel like your guides really want you to get excited, you know, especially with the get back to basics, get back to the things that matter, get back to the things that excite you and make you feel good and make you feel empowered and determined. It's like, I can have this, you know, believe in the impossible. Also, when it comes to the rest of your life, towards a career goal, believe in everything that you can accomplish and all your dream life that you can have. With a get back to basics, that is also about, especially if you're going on a vacation soon, be open to getting to know new people. Be open to, I don't know, just be open to humanity and friendships. You don't have to be open to love if that is not something that you want, but that could definitely be something that is coming in with the 10 of Cups and the Queen of Cups. But just know that you have good things, and that this is not the end of your, the end of your love potential. You know, you still have other people to meet, you still have other things to do, and you still have, it's like you still have so many strangers to meet, So this relationship is not like the end of everything. You still have a lot of people to meet, okay? But let's see, what are these blessings? What is this gift? What are you cooking up? We have the world. We have justice. So definitely a big karmic cycle is coming to an end. We have Nine of Cups, strength. They're literally just saying a very big karmic cycle is coming to an end. So congrats, because of that, you're actually getting a dream fulfilled. Okay, but what is that dream? What is that wish? And I feel like you're not really supposed to know. But it could be, okay. One of the things, it could be that, and I feel like it's more of a message has advice, not so much has it's going to be a blessing or something like that. But I mean, in a way it also is, because it's something that you have been working on. It's going to leave you very independent and prosperous, okay? So if you have been working on something new in your career, please commit to it, because it is going to take off really, really good. There could also be this message of someone you have just met, maybe someone you've just met like a week ago or something, or like a month ago, like really recently. If you have met someone, that could actually blossom into something beautiful, okay? But I also feel like there's this message of like, indulge in your independence, indulge in having fun and healing, you know? Don't feel pressured to get into love and to get into finding a new relationship. Just focus on finding the love within you and focusing on your career and yourself and what you can do. And just know that, you know, I feel like this person was part of a really big toxic karmic cycle that is over, and now you're able to be blessed because of it, okay? Also, the next fire season could be relevant, okay? So we had June, we had strong Leo energy coming forward, so that would be August, and then we have that Sag, which is December, okay? And Aries, that is also, especially with that King of Wands, it's almost like the King of Wands turns upright, possibly Aries time, you know? Or in the next fire season that you have coming up, that could be relevant for you, okay? And that would give you more drive and ambition, and you would possibly connect with someone that is you're very attracted to, okay? But yeah, I think that's it. So pile number 4, this was lovely, kind of. But I hope it brought you a little hope into what's next, you know, and maybe you kind of needed to hear on what is going on with this person. But yeah, so definitely smash that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here, especially if you come from Aura Divine Tarot. Definitely subscribe. I would love to have you in the nest. And if you want to dive deeper into this, we can definitely have a look at it in a private reading. If you want to look into like your individual sign and see if there are any messages that come up, or if you were a cusp, you can check out my other 2 channels, the Sunny Virgo and the Sunny Virgo Tarot. There you'll find more information. Actually, if you're watching this when this video was uploaded, I just did some love readings, so definitely in tune. And if you want to support me any further, you can also check out my Patreon, where I have self-care content and twin flame readings. Okay, so with that being said, I love you very much. I wish you all of the freaking best, and I will see you in the next one.